That don't kill me. That don't make me stronger. I need to hurry up now. 'Cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now. Hey everybody, this is Rapid Sports with Jack for the J today, ToDaXToDaX.com. How we doing out there? Go check out the website, and it's football time, and it's time for predictions. And I'm actually very happy today because I live in Connecticut, and we finally got official gambling ready to go. So now I don't have to run off to Rhode Island, which is about 45 minutes. I can do some of the online stuff. I can take a 15-minute drive and do the online stuff. But I'm one of those like to collect my money now. When I win, boom. So I'm glad now I can go to one of the casinos, both casinos are only 15 minutes from my house. And then I go visit New Haven a lot, where my family mostly is in Hamden area, New Haven. So I could go over to New Haven and I can do some online. So I'm glad Connecticut's finally caught up with the rest of the world and modernized and very good, excited. And I'm going to make my first jaunt down there Friday because I already went for Rhode Island earlier today because they didn't really officially announce it to now. But anyway, you non-Connecticut people don't care. But us Connecticut people do. Yes, baby, we can just go now. It's all legal, ready to go. And we're going to start off with today's game. I'm taping this game Thursday. So a lot of the predictions I make are kind of frustrating because I have to do it on Friday to do the show, to get it on there because it's new and a lot of people don't hear it. So I try to get it on as early as I can. But in that time, you can get COVIDs, you can get injuries. So sometimes the predictions on Friday, you like to wait till like Saturday morning to pop it out there. But we'll do the best we can and we'll see. And some games of injury here or there doesn't hurt, but some games they do. The first one now is going to be Thursday night. Jacksonville Jaguars, Cincinnati Bengals. And that's a nice game. And the Bengals are playing good football right now. They got Jamar Chase, one of the rookies that you can look for on your fantasy team. Easy now. Cincinnati throws a ball with Burrow. So now he has a favorite target, it looks like. Jacksonville is 0-3. Little screwed up. One of their best plays this year was a kickoff run back. I see Cincinnati covering the spread. 7.5 it is. I see Cincinnati covering. I can see Jacksonville maybe trying to keep it close because it's a Thursday night game and everyone's kind of paying attention to them. But I do like Cincinnati to win the game, and I believe they'll cover the spread. Now we're going to go over to Sunday. The first 1 o'clock game will be Washington versus Atlanta. Both teams are 1-2. Atlanta's at home. Washington has a line of minus 1.5, 1.5, that is. Anyway, so now that I finally got that out, because I'm trying to figure out this game still, I just think if it really came down to it, Atlanta can outscore Washington. I really believe that. And I believe at home, that's what they will do with Ryan. I just see Atlanta winning this game. I'm even surprised Washington minus 1.5. I don't know. But I'm going to go with Atlanta. I'm going to say Atlanta's going to put a lot of points on the board, and I'll pretty much cover that up. Anyway, now we got the Houston Texans versus the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo minus 16.5. And the way the score is showing right there and what I see playing in Buffalo, it will be a blowout. Buffalo will cover the 16.5. I would pick the money line here easily. I think Buffalo's not going to have any problems with the game. The defense is too good. Houston, I don't know what their quarterbacking situation, and they're still trying to figure things out. So Buffalo's the winner here. I don't think it'll be a problem. Now I have the Detroit Lions at 0-3, the Chicago Bears at 1-2. This is a must-win for Chicago in Chicago. Detroit obviously has to win a game, and they're probably going to get the rookie quarterback here. This is why picking on Thursday is kind of hard because you want to kind of find out who's actually going to quarterback that day. And everything I'm hearing is Fields. And Detroit's defense isn't that good, so Fields might actually have a chance for a good game. But the one thing I've noticed about Detroit, their offensive line is not awful. So I'm still hedging who to pick. It's -3 to Bears. I think Detroit at least keeps it close. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Bears are going to win this game. And unfortunately, Detroit's going to go 0-4, so I'm going to go with them. Now, here's a game that I've been. It's really tough. The Carolina Panthers versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas -4.5. Now, with McCaffrey in the game, which I believe he's hurt now, in a couple of weeks he's going to be out. I would actually, with no question, no problems, take Carolina. I just like the way they're playing, and I think Dallas didn't really play against good defenses, and I think they're going to be in for a surprise with the Panthers' defense. Panthers has a real good defense, but without McCaffrey there, I'm kind of worried. Darnold, that was a safety valve when he was in trouble. He doesn't have that now. And Darnold, even though he's played well, he's still new to this team. And he's trying to get used to the team. So it's nice to have that McCaffrey little safety clause. So I'm kind of nervous in this game to who to pick, but I'm going to stick with Carolina. I think Carolina is going to end up going 4-0. They're going to show a lot. They're going to show that they're ready to take the next level. They have a good defense. Their offense looks like it's good. Darnold's kind of stabled them down because he's coming to his third or fourth year. He still has Anderson there, which he used to throw into. And Anderson hasn't had a couple of great first weeks. He's been okay, but he gets his yards at the end of the year. He might be a good fantasy play for this week only without McCaffrey around. Maybe they might throw the ball a little bit, and he's due for a long one. He hasn't caught one. So I look at him if you want a little surprise player, if you're playing the everyday ones where you can get a nice, cheap player, he might actually be a good person to get into this situation. Anyway, so I'm going to pick the Panthers. I think they're going to win this game. Anyway, now you have Indianapolis Colts 0-3 versus Miami 1-2. This is another interesting game here. The Colts, wow, 0-3. Can't see that happening. And Miami's at home. So this is an interesting game. Miami's -2. They're a little bit messed up, I think, in their quarterback situation. And the Colts might have a slight edge there. So I'm going to go with the Colts. I'm going to think they're going to find a way somehow to win this game so they won't go 0-4. And we'll see how it goes. It's only 2, so they can win this game on the field. Anyway, now you got Cleveland and the Minnesota Vikings. I think it's a good defense against one of the top offenses. I mean, Thielen and Cousins and Jefferson. Oh, just unbelievable the job that they're doing, the Vikings scoring. But now they're going to go probably against the best defense that they're going to face all year. And now they lost Landry, Cleveland, and they got Beckham. This is going to be a very, very interesting game. But the Vikings, a little bit of luck, the field goals, and I don't have to go all this stuff. I just think they're more talented so talented on the offense that they're going to score enough on Cleveland that the Vikings are going to win this game at home. And both the Browns and the Vikings are going to be 2-2. It's going to be an interesting battle. I like Hill as a running back here. He always seems to get his yards here and there. He does a little bit of running, a little bit of catching. So we'll see what it goes. He's a nice player to take, and he'll have to be used in this game, but I like the Vikings to win this game. Now we have the Giants versus the Saints. The 0-3 Giants with a little bit of bad luck. They've been in their last 2 games. I don't have to tell you what they went through. And New Orleans the same. That's kind of been in their games, and they're playing on the road, but it's almost hard to pick the Giants. It's like they got this cloud over them or something like that. But I think the cloud is going to open up, and they're going to get the little bit of luck, and maybe they'll get the break that they need, and they're going to go into New Orleans, and I think they're finally going to knock them off and beat them. So I'm going to take the Giants here. Watch Shepard. Galladay hasn't been running his numbers up. Is he going to actually wake up? Is he going to actually play first? Because he's questionable, so we'll see. Looks like he's going to play. Then you got the Jets and the Titans. Now, the Jets are 0-3, and the worst offense of the league, easy. And then you got Tennessee, which had a bad first game, which they are capable of having bad games, as you can see. And then they played great in their last game. And you know what they do best is run. But the Jets' defense in this stretch hasn't been that bad, and they've actually been stopping the run. So this might be the one team you're not gonna stop the run, but you could slow it down a little bit. And the Jets got to do some stuff. Like, to me, why is a Mims playing? He was their second round pick last year, and he's not even in the game. But if the Jets could change some stuff up next week with a little bit, if their offensive line, which is pathetic so far, their offensive line, you can tell them a little bit of Jet fans. So I'll talk about them just a little bit more. Mims in the game. Crowder's coming back. Maybe they could mix some things up and help them out. And they got to get the ball out of the hand quicker. But I just can't see the Jets coming up to beat Tennessee. I would love to see it, but I just can't see how it can be done. So I'm going to stick with Tennessee. Can the Jets cover the 7? Maybe. I'll say maybe on that, but I'm going to take Tennessee right now until the Jets show me they have some kind of offense or some kind of jump start. They got to show something here. Now, this one is going to be a surpriser. Kansas City Chiefs 1-2. Oh, never thought you'd hear that. And the Eagles 1-2. All right. I thought the Eagles would be better, but them being 1-2 isn't as bad. And the Chiefs are -7 at home. On the road over the Eagles, and I just think they get blown away. I think the Chiefs are going to be really snorting and grunting for losing, for being at 1-2. And Mahomes has actually put up numbers, and they've actually put up decent numbers and had a little bad luck in that last game. So I think they're going to be ready to take the Eagles out and blow them out. Anyway, this is Arizona Cardinals 3-0 versus the Rams 3-0. Look at this, same division. What a division this is. They have the Seahawks in it, and they also have the 49ers in it. And the Seahawks are in trouble because if they're not careful and they lose a couple of games, they can be one of those teams picking in the top 10 this year. Because their schedule, they're going to play Arizona, Rams, 49ers, unbelievable, which is where they're playing now. So this is almost, to me, it's a must-win for Seattle. They must figure a way to win it, and they're playing San Francisco, and they're -2.5, and I don't think they have it in them. I think San Francisco is going to beat them in this game. I just think they're the better team. San Fran's D is starting to pick it up. They're starting to play a little bit better, so I'm going to say San Fran's going to win this game, and the Seahawks are going to start off 1-3. That's crazy right there. But anyway, you got the Ravens versus the Denver Broncos, which are 3-0. And, you can hear in the little whispers that, who have the Broncos really beat? Have they really beat anybody? Well, they're going to play the Ravens right now. We're about ready to find out how good they are. Ravens are 2-1. They played some tough games already. And it's going to be the Broncos. Even the line doesn't have that much confidence in them. It's just going to be 1. So this is going to be around Broncos -1, a pick them, maybe even the Ravens +1 or whatever. So, but to me, the Ravens still are way more talented than the Broncos, and I would like to see the Broncos play this team at home. Now, if the Broncos do win this game, I think they'll definitely get a lot more respect as it goes along, but I still think the Ravens are going to win. Ravens are going to probably win this game by more than a touchdown to top it all off. Now we have Pittsburgh Steelers versus Green Bay. Green Bay's -6.5. Pittsburgh's defense looked great the first week, and then, the offense just hasn't been that good. And Green Bay's defense is starting to wake up, and Rodgers is starting to wake up. But we have to see this game. I'd like to see. The question is, I think Green Bay will win. Will they cover the 6.5? And I believe they will. I believe they win this game by more than a touchdown. It's like Pittsburgh just seems to be fading. The offense is kind of stale, hasn't been too different, and you know what I mean by that. Roethlisberger's still there, and there's not a lot of big change in the offense. Not saying that he can't come back and start doing good, but I just like Green Bay at home here. They're just too good. Next game is probably the game of the week, maybe considered to be the game of the year because this is going to be fun for everybody, even if you're not a fan. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to New England. Now, to me, I think the only thing that makes it not so fun is the Buccaneers are going to blow them out in their own building. It's -7 they're going to be, but I just can't see them scoring. I really can't see Patriots even scoring a point in this game, and I'm not saying this to be mean. Maybe they'll get some kind of turnover or something like that. At most, I don't see them scoring any more than 10 points, and that's what the problem is. Patriots really haven't scored at all this year. So why are they going to score all of a sudden unless there's some injuries that I'm missing out on Tampa Bay? And even then, New England hasn't been really scoring that much. Just think about it. They beat the Jets early, most of it because of their turnovers, and the ball was right there, and they were close to scoring. So I see the Buccaneers actually blowing New England away in this game, and they're going to kind of make the game a little bit boring. Everyone's going to go to sleep early. So that shouldn't be too hard to figure out anyway. And then Monday night would be the Raiders versus the Chargers. Raiders are 3-0. Chargers are 2-1. Chargers are -3 at home. There's going to be fans both sides. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I kind of want to pick the Raiders, but I'm going to give Chargers this. I think they're going to find a way to gut it out. They're playing at home. They're going to tough it out, and they're going to cover the 3. And I think this line 3 is designed for you to pick the Raiders, figuring the Raiders are going to keep it close. So I almost think the bookies are saying, I think the Chargers are going to win this game. So that's why we're going to make it -3 for them, figuring everybody will pick the Raiders. So I think the Chargers are going to win this just by the way the line is telling you. And I know it sounds weird by my saying that, but that's how the bookies set the line. They set the line for them to win. So I think they're doing this line this way because they didn't do the 2.5. They didn't do the 2. They did the 3. It's because they want you to pick the Raiders, and the Chargers are going to win this game. Anyway, this is Rapid Sports with Jax from the J Today, todayxandx.com. Thanks for listening. Leave a comment. Please throw me a like here, and I shall talk to you next week.